Well, howdy there, welcome to my channel. My name is Zohal and these are my two cats, Zeus and Zizo. They're both little boys and they're both 6 years old, and I've been fortunate enough to travel with them around the world. You're probably here as a cat parent. I'm here to teach you literally everything I know with my experience on air travel, cargo, cabin, you name it. I'm going to talk about it in this video. However, this video will be split into two different parts. Part one is this part where I teach you documents you need, preparation for the flight, and part two will be my personal experience. And yeah, let's go. Just for a little disclaimer, for legal reasons, I am not a veterinarian and I would highly advise to talk to your veterinarian during this process of traveling. So, where are you traveling to? Be sure to comment down below where you're traveling to and get a discussion going with other cat parents around the world. So as I stated, part one of this process is preparation. Preparation is essential, is to check the regulations of the country you're currently in. And step two is to check the regulations of the country you're going to. Both of these are important. You have to fulfill both of these requirements. Now, you may be asking, Zohal, how do I check for these pet regulations? Where do I go? And I'm going to show you right now. Go to Google, type in importing animals to, and then the name of the destination. I picked Australia because I would love to go there someday, maybe after the pandemic. As you can see right here, you can go to the web page and click, and you'll find everything you need to know. So on how to bring your pets to Australia as an example. Now, when you're looking for this website, you're not looking for blogs, you're not looking for posts or social media posts. You want to look for an official government website. Some examples of what countries may require you to bring before entering their country would be an up-to-date health certificate, your kitty to be vaccinated, and to have a microchip number. Each country varies with the regulations they implement, but it's really important to check all of them. Now that you've checked the regulations of the country you're in and the country you're going to, you have to check airlines regulations that also have their own separate regulations that you need to fulfill. So let's start off by your airlines. Do they even allow pets? Do they allow pets in cabin and cargo, which I will get to in a sec? So to see the regulations of the airlines, you need to go obviously to their website or talk to a representative of the airlines and see how that works. You can easily go online and just read their policies. Now that you know that airlines takes pets, let's talk about in-cabin versus in-cargo. What's the difference? Well, in-cabin flight is where you take your pet on the plane with you. Next to your seat, they will be with you. And usually, in most cases, your pet will actually have to be under your feet because, as you know, pets are considered as access luggage, which is such a slap in the face. They're pets, they're live creatures, and they're considered as excess luggage, which is kind of ridiculous. So just to briefly cover cabin will usually require a soft case carrier, which I'll get to in a sec, and it requires you to have that carrier fit the dimensions of the seat so that it fits. In cargo means that your pet will go under the plane where the luggage go. I would only recommend cargo in special scenarios where the airlines has regulations to actually protect your animals. Some airlines, I've heard from the comments on my video, that they go check downstairs to see if your animals are okay. When would I recommend for you to cargo? Typically never, unless you're going for an extremely short amount of time, and if the airlines has regulations to actually protect your animals when they're with you. Now let's talk about carriers. Carriers are super important because you have to have a good carrier with you. And the most essential thing with the carrier is that your cat has to be able to stand up and be able to lay down comfortably in the carrier. They will not allow you to take your pet if they cannot stand up or if they deem the carrier to be too small. Have you found this video to be helpful to you in any way? If so, I would really appreciate it if you watch one of the ads on the video. If not, you can like, subscribe, or do nothing, your choice. So thank you so much for watching. Now, cats can ideally fast for 15 to 25 hours, so they'll be fine if they have no food or water. They'll be okay. Of course, you don't want to make them fast, but this is like the safest and most comfortable situation for them. All right, now that we've done paperwork and all that boring stuff, now we can move on to the juiciest part of traveling with your cat, which is preparing for before flight. So before your flight, you obviously want to make sure you have the right carrier, depending on your airlines, and if you're going in cabin and cargo. In cargo, you must have a hard, durable carrier that works, and that's really safe for your kitty. And if you're going in cabin, you need to have a soft case carrier that's super cozy for your kitty. Just for a pro tip, if you have a bigger cat and you still want your carrier to fit the dimensions of the seat, you can always get one of those carriers that collapses and expands, so that when you go to customs, you can zip that part up and then, open and expand it when you need to. I would highly recommend one of those if you want your cat to have more space and to feel more comfortable. Now, before the flight, before actually getting onto that plane, here's what you need to do, and I want you to listen carefully, okay? I'd say, depending on your cat, ask yourself, how long does it take for my cat to eat, and how long does it take for my cat to go to the bathroom after eating? So, before the flight, I'd say probably 6 to 7 hours before, feed your kitty, give them water, and then when they're done eating and drinking, take those things away, and then let them go to the bathroom, and don't give them food or water until you go to the airport and all that. Now, this doesn't sound ideal. I know this is making a lot of pet parents uncomfortable, but if you want your cat to be as comfortable as possible, it's the best thing to do is just to leave them on an empty belly. This moves on to the next part, which is, so many cat parents have asked me about this. What will my cat do when they need to go to the bathroom? Or specifically, I hate saying this, poop or pee on the flight. And the most ideal situation is, right, they already went to the bathroom, they're not gonna have to go to it again. When cats are under stress, they do not eat, they do not poop, and they don't do anything. When a cat is really scared, your cat will be scared when they're moving in a carrier, especially in the airport. There's a lot of people there. They're gonna be really scared, and they're not gonna want to do anything. Because when an animal eats or drinks or pees or whatever, they're in a really vulnerable state, so a cat will not do any of that. They won't feel comfortable to do any of that. Now, moving on to bathroom questions you guys have. What do I do if my cat poops or pees? Okay, like I said, ideally you want their stomach to be empty, you want them to be fine before the flight, but if there is an accident, it's fine. I'll tell you this one key step into noticing that your cat is about to pee is that they'll start doing a digging motion. You have to line your carrier with a pee pad, and then when they pee, it just absorbs it, and then you just take them to the bathroom, and that's it. They're fine. It's not as a big deal. You can't avoid it, and it's really unlikely to happen unless you have a long flight. For me, I had a 7-hour flight, and at the end of that flight, both of my cats peed, which was fine. They had a pee pad, it absorbed it, and then you go to the bathroom, change the pad, and then clean your cat, and it's fine. No big deal. Doubt that they'll poop, and if they do, no biggie, just clean it. Don't make it such a big deal. Just go to the bathroom, clean it. Alright, now on to the best part of this video, which is frequently asked questions. Now, before you ask a question, like I said, watch the entire video and watch this segment and then ask. So, question 1. Tips for long flights. My tip to you, if you're taking a long flight like I had to do, is to take breaks in the bathroom, which would be taking your cat out in the bathroom in the plane. Obviously, it's super secure. Shut the toilet. There's a lid. And just let your cat stretch out there. And when you're in your seat in the plane, just massage your cat, relax him, and he'll eventually fall asleep. Do I have food? Do I have water? Do I have a litter for my cat? And will stores be open for you to get any of those items? If not, just pack it in your bag. You need some litter. You don't need that much litter, actually. Pack some litter in a gallon bag, pack some food, pack some whatever, and you'll be good. You don't need a full-blown litter box. You could just use, a cardboard top. But yeah. Okay, moving back to frequently questions. Can I put 2 cats in the same carrier? Answer is no. Please don't do this. This is awful. I don't know who asked me this question, but it really made me irritated that they thought of doing it. This is very dangerous because, you know, your cat, if you have 2 teenage or adult cats in the same carrier, they're gonna scratch each other. They're gonna really hurt each other. You would only do this if they're very, very small kittens. What if I have a loud cat? Your cat will eventually get tired and sleep, especially with the fast, so don't even worry about it. It's fine. If they meow, just let them meow, and they will eventually get tired. Should I get medication for my cat? Well, medication and sedation is 2 different things, obviously, like medication to calm your cat. Personally, I talked to my veterinarian and they didn't recommend it, and I have heard suggestions from other veterinarians to owners to take medication if you have a extremely anxiety-driven cat. You know, that I can't really answer that. Your veterinarian will answer that for you, but I believe there are options of medication to give to your cat out there. Should I put my cat to sleep before getting on the plane? No, please don't do this. It sounds really ideal to have your cat sleeping through the entire process of traveling, but when you're on the plane and when the temperatures rise, there's a high chance of your kitty cat passing away because they need to be awake to adjust to the different altitudes, and that's a really dangerous situation for them to be in. Will my cat eat or drink? No, they will not eat or drink because they are very scared and stressed. Next question. Will my cat poop? Like I said, they'll be really stressed. It's unlikely. It might happen, but if it does, no biggie, just clean it. Is cargo bad? Is cargo bad? Yes, usually. It's pretty dangerous. You know, that's where the luggage go. How will my cat react to air travel? Now, this really depends. Every cat is different. Some cats are more social than others. I feel like the best test run you can do to determining their reaction on the plane would be taking them on a test run, or, you know, a drive in your car. Just let them out of the carrier or leave them in there to see how they react to it. Or you could get them used to traveling in a car, you know, with positive association. You know, give them treats, give them whatever, loves and, you know, kisses in there. But yeah. Also, here's a pro tip for people who are looking for airlines that are pet friendly. I'd say ideally European, American, Western airlines are very pet friendly. So we have finally made it to the end of the video. I have told you everything I know about pet traveling. I gave you research. I gave you tips on how to prepare. I gave you aftercare. I gave you frequently asked questions. I try to give you guys everything except for part 2, where I talk about my personal experience with different countries. Comment down below where you're going and let me know if you found this video to be helpful in any way, and I'm so more than happy to answer any questions you guys have. And yeah, have a great day, pet parents around the world, and remember to take your cats with you wherever you go.